Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 10, Episode 2. If you were new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you're one of my peoples, welcome back. And before we get into this review, let's get into these nails. We got some pink glitteriness going on. Y'all, look how much better I've gotten at my nails. Because when I first tried doing these poly it was a hot doggone mess. But y'all didn't care. Y'all didn't come here for my nails. Y'all came here for the review. We starting off with Erika Manning and her confessionals. And she said that I'm making lemons out of lemonade. I want her to explain how did that happen. And I need to know why the producers did not correct her that is I'm making lemonade out of lemons, you know? But she said she making lemons out of lemonade. I was like, okay, slip of the tongue. We've all done that. I've done that before and I will do it again. Now, she's talking about, finally telling Safaree that she is pregnant. But I don't want to say that Erika didn't know she was pregnant. But I will say that in episode 1, she seemed like she was pregnant. And even though I did not talk about it, because I was like, I didn't know that at this time she didn't know. I just thought she was pregnant. I don't know how Safaree didn't notice how, all of a sudden she got this bump in her belly. But she's saying that, she just now find out, and I guess all the stress that she got going on with Safaree, he hasn't really been paying attention to her and everything, because, he been sleeping in the studio, even though they have 7 bedrooms in their house. I was like, so you couldn't have went to one of the spare rooms, you sleeping in the studio on the beanbag? But okay. Like, she looked pregnant. And I mean, I guess she said she was still having her cycles, so therefore she didn't know. So that would be like an indicator to me that, hey, I'm not pregnant because I'm having my cycle. But if I was, thin in the waist, and then all of a sudden I got me this belly bump going on, like, did the belly bump come after she found out? I have questions. Carly, she introduces us to her new boo, Lamar Odom, at Yandy's birthday party. Now, I vaguely remember when these two first started, I guess, dating, hooking up, what have you. It was shortly after he broke off his engagement with his fiance. And it was like, boom, now Charli Red is with him. Now, y'all know, if not every season, but just about every season, Carly has her new boo. For a few seasons it was like on and off with Jock, but it's been, what is it? Benzino. It's been Jock. It's been Life Jennings. It was doggone it Mo. Now it's Lamar Odom. It was probably somebody sprinkle. I think she tried to get with Scrap Delion at one point. But yeah, I'm not shaming her. It's just that I would have thought instead of bringing a new man as her storyline, she would have been talking about how Mo, he was out here, doing these PPP frauds. I thought that's where her storyline was going to go, and she has not mentioned it yet. I think she may have mentioned, all the stress she was going with her ex husband. And, she liked to let it be known I was married. Food wasn't about right, but I was still married. So Yandy's foster daughter feels like she being kicked to the curb. She's in college in New York, and Yandy's like, she come home for holidays and everything else. It's like, you coming home for Christmas? And she was like, no, I'm gonna stay in New York with my family. Well, once Yandy and Medici and their kids took Christmas photos, she took offense to, I guess, not being in the photo, and she got on social media dogging them, saying she was going to write a tell-all book. And Yandy just doesn't like the narrative is that soon as Mendices got out of prison, she kicked Infinity to the curb, because that's far from it. And it was somebody from the New York franchise that did not care for her, was probably saying, see, I told y'all she was just using this child as a storyline or what have you. Yandy, she does a lot of things, but using Infinity as a storyline, I don't think that was one of them. Mendeecees doesn't want her to come to the house because she's coming to Atlanta to visit. And he was like, yeah, she not going to stay with us because I'm not trying to be walking on eggshells around her scared that I'm going to say the wrong thing. And the next thing you know, she all over social media putting our business out there. And I was like, I can't fault him from not wanting her there for that reason. It's like, we brought you into this family and now you out here, you get mad for whatever reason, which we're gonna get to that a little bit later on in the review. You get mad and then you want to go blast us after we've been so good to you. Erica surprises Fari with some, to to since he hasn't been to Jamaica since this, panorama's been going on. She wanted to surprise him, like get Spice and some of her dancers to come up and sing and dance for him, decorate the backyard with some of his favorite foods and all that stuff. And he was all hype, there's a big old picture of Safaree because Safaree love him Safaree, and if he can see a big old picture of himself and then his name with some big old letters, he gonna be happy. He was all yes, blindfold me, take me wherever you need to go. He was all happy. Then Erica has to let him know that she is pregnant. Now, Erica says that she is a little over 4 months pregnant. And he's feeling like, man, our first child, she's just, turning one and we kind of getting to the swing of things. And now we got a new baby coming and we already stressed out with each other. And I was like, I never know what's real and not real with Safaree and Erica because these two love to hop, skip, and jump on social media and dog the other one. Now, I do not follow either one of them on social media, so I don't know if this is okay. We didn't already got into the season somewhat, or the season's about to film, so now we need to be getting on social media and like creating this hype around us, making up and breaking up and all these other things. So I don't know where it goes, but like we seen how when Safaree first came on Love and Hip Hop, what was it? Hollywood, I believe. He was a big kid. And I don't know what Erica thought was going to change about that. I believe he gets mad and storms off, but Safaree doing what Safaree does. And she's just sitting there like, she want her marriage to work, but, he is not the man that he used to be. He's completely changed. This is gonna be no, it ain't gonna be short. It's almost 8 minutes in. Now, Yandy and Infinity meet up. Wait a minute. Infinity feels she's not wanted. It's not so much as the picture on Christmas. It was what Mendeecees wrote in the caption. She was like, "Of course, y'all know you gonna want to take pictures on the holidays because that's what I do. When I go, me and my husband, when we go to Georgia to be with my family on Christmas, I like to take pictures." One of my nephews, him in pictures just don't do well. For whatever reason, he is like anti pictures. My other nephew, oh yes, come on, okay, I'll take pictures with you. Yeah, we're gonna take pictures. But that other one, I was like, you would think you wanted by like the FBI or somebody the way you don't want to be out here taking pictures. Cause he used to love take pictures with me. Now he a teenager and he got a little bass in his voice. He act like he can't take pictures, but y'all ain't even here for that. I guess he said that he's happy that all the loved ones that matter and that he need in his life is there. And she took like, okay, I guess I don't matter. Well, we find out what the issue really is. Apparently, Infinity, she had I guess, a friendship or a relationship, not really sure what it was, Infinity had with the older person. I was like, okay, she's like under the age of 18. You trying to be in a relationship with an older person, you're going to be sad at that person. You don't need to be with that person. Person, you don't need to be with my child. Stay away from my child. But, Infinity thinking she grown and can do what she want to do, ignore what Yandy said. This person was out here telling people that Yandy was leaving Infinity with her kids in hotels so she could be out here shaking her tail at the club. She even tried to get her kids taken away and was out here calling TMZ with all kind of lies of this, that, and the third. And I was like, okay, yes, you don't need to be around that person. Infinity, you see what this person is doing. I told you don't be not to be around that person, and you did it anyway because you think you're grown. Yandy was basically like, you live by my rules or you get out of my house. You didn't want to live out of my rules, so you out of my house. And she was like, well, yeah, you told me not to be around that person, and I did it anyway because that's what I wanted to do. I wonder what the question is: are you still around that person? Is that person still in your life? Or did you mess up a family, your new family to be with this new person? Now, after Yandy checks her and she realized that what I'm saying sounds stupid, and Yandy had every right to kick me out the house because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. Now she talking about some, you would have never did this to Amir and Scarlett. You would have never embarrassed them on national TV. It's probably because they wouldn't have been out here doing what you doing. They wouldn't have gotten mad because they wouldn't follow the rules, and they wouldn't have got mad because they got punished for not following the rules and then hop, skip, and jump on social media. See, these kids these days, they quick to, and I'm not even gonna say kids, they're ready to hop, skip, and jump on social media and blast everybody. And whatever situation they was mad about when that didn't fizzle down, now you looking stupid because now your family don't really want to be around you like that because you out here making the wrong move. So it's not like, okay, Mendices is home, Chuck Deuces to you, Infinity. It was like, no, you was out here with this older person was going to swaying your thoughts and got you acting all kind of different, turning on your family and all these other things. I didn't want you to be around this person, and you snuck and did it anyway. And I told you, since you want to be grown and not listen to my rules, I told you had to get up out of my house. So y'all, that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on to my beautiful face. What's a video? You can click on it, you can like it, share it with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. You tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.